Good morning. I got a late start this morning, not because I didn't wake up early. I woke up early enough, but the fog in Atoka, Oklahoma was so thick I could not even see across the street from the hotel. So I had to wait for it to burn off because I did not want to drive in fog. So I have now, it's lifted enough, but obviously it's very cloudy. And I am at McGee State Park in Oklahoma. It's a beautiful little park with a reservoir, and I'm going to try to find a hiking trail. Supposedly there's several cool hiking trails here that I can take the dog on. So, and of course, I'll show the dog. She's wandering on this little pier marina type structure. So, we'll see how it goes. Bye for now. We have goats. And more goats on the road. So, there you have it. I'm at a different lake. I'm at Eagle Lake in the southeast corner of Oklahoma. McGee Lake was not going to work out. Because of all the fog, the ground was saturated and hiking was going to be slogging through mud. And honestly, I didn't care to slug through mud, nor having a dog slug through mud that I then would have to figure out how to clean. So I went ahead and drove around a little bit, saw the scenery, and then I thought, well, I'll go down to Eagle because there's another state park here, and this is Eagle Lake State Park, and it's pretty, and we're walking with the beast animal. Isn't that right, Trini? She is glad to be out of the car. I will probably be heading back to Dallas. I'm not too far from Paris, Texas, which means I'm not too far from Dallas. But there's these lovely cabins and these little picnic areas around here. It's a nice, lovely spot for a dog to take a walk, and for me too. Catch you later. Made it down to the water, and the dog is, of course, having a splash in the lake. It's not as crystal clear, so she was not as aware as to how deep it is, but at one point she kind of dunked and she just started to swim. This is a lovely park. I'm glad I made this pit stop. We've walked quite a bit already near the shore and found a way to get down to the water. Are you loving it, Trinity? Yeah, she's having fun. I am at a very touristy stop, but next to this place is actually a wonderful memorial for people who died and served during the wars. So, which is right behind me that I just walked to. But you probably will recognize this landmark. Yep, I'm in Paris, Texas. Time for lunch now. I am at Fat Phil's here in Paris, Texas. This little shack of a place that's in this industrial little area that has barbecue. And they basically are open until they run out of barbecue. And oh my God, it's so good. It is so good. Here, I'll flip the camera so you can see. I mean, it just looks like basic barbecue, but the trick is in the seasoning. And these beans, they're cowboy beans. Not a big bean person when it comes to like barbecue beans. Oh my God, are they good. So, let me get my finger out of the picture. Potato salad, typical potato salad, but those ribs are delicious. But as you can see, it's just like in this little industrial area. Not much. There's the sign Fat Phil's. Not necessarily the most scenic. This is you can't go into the restaurant. You have to drive through, but they have this little picnic benches, so you can be safe and eat. And I'm the only one here. If the terrain looks different, is because I am now at Copper State Park here in Texas. It's much more flat and not muddy. And I'm going to do a little hike through this little cute little area. So I'm walking with the dog. So I'm going to end up walking to another lake. So I will have visited 3 lakes in one day. But I'm about an hour and a half from Dallas right now. And I was like, no, I need to visit one more park. So I Google search, maps On Google Search Maps, I requested a state park nearest me, and it showed that there was one about 5 miles from me en route to Dallas. So I thought, I've never been here. I'll take the detour. It's a lovely little walk in the woods. Not mountainous. It's flat, not rocky. Yay! But look how lovely this is. It's a very small park, so I'm going to basically walk almost the entire park. It's a 3-mile loop total. I can do a shortcut and do it as a 1.5 miles. So I may do that because, as you can tell from the angle of the sun, it's starting to set, and I hate driving into the sunset. And since I'm heading west, I will be doing so. So I may do the shorter hike. But it's all flat level ground, so this is easy peasy. No rock climbing. Yay! The shimmering Copper Lake with the dog, debating whether she wants to go into this lake too. And she's already starting to walk into it, so there you have it. So the dog's in the car because she's ready to go. And I went ahead and did the 3 miles. Why not? I'm home. What a magnificent trip. Came home, the dog was all excited. She jumped out of the car, ran into the condo. I started to unload the suitcases, and then she kind of like stopped, ran back out of the car, and jumped in the car. And then she would not get out of the car. She was like, no, we got to keep going. But it's funny because at first she was excited to come into the condo, and then she was like back in the car. And so what a great travel companion. What an amazing trip. Oh, I got my exercise. This fabulous vacation was a workout, upper and lower body. Even today, I put in over 5 miles of just hiking. Fortunately, the terrain was all very flat. I did scramble over some rocks at, what lake was it? Hugo Lake. Because Trinity wanted to go down to the water, so we went down to the water, but then we had to scramble up some rocks. But my knees are very grateful that I didn't do much rock climbing today. Because of the few steps down, I could feel it. But yeah, so have a great time. And the dog is sitting right behind me here, chewing on a rawhide bone. And it was nice to come back to a clean house. Because, I always scrub the house before I leave. And it's nice to come back to a clean one. Because now I got to do all this laundry from all these excursions. And needless to say, I sweat quite a bit. And, being out in the forest and rock climbing isn't the cleanest thing. So I've got lots of clothes that definitely need washing. So that's what I'm doing tonight. And it's just chilling. It's so much warmer in Dallas. I got so acclimated to the upper 40s, low 50s, and then high temperatures in the 60s or low 70s. So now it feels like it's sweltering here in Dallas in its mid 80s, which normally is something I handle, but I got so acclimated to the cool air. One thing I noticed in the videos too is how heavy I was breathing. But that's because I was at a much higher altitude, especially though Wilhelmina and the Ouachita Mountains. I was rewatched the video. I was like, after a 1.5 mile hike, because of the altitude, the air is just much thinner there. And I just wasn't, besides being strenuous exercise, it was also just thinner air. So this was a great vacation. I was able to knock a bucket list off my life bucket list, wish list of things that I wanted to do. So glad I was able to do that. And I'm glad I had my fabulous companion here with me. Trinity, do you want to say anything? Anything that you want to say? Now she's just chewing on her rawhide. She was amazing. I love the fact that she would run down the trail ahead of me and then stop and look back to make sure I was following her. And she was able, it's interesting because like at the Copper Park, the trail was well marked, but there was like a little offshoot possible trails, where the ground was flat. She sensed where the trail was and she just kept leading me and then looking back and making sure and then run back to me and make sure I was coming along. So she definitely is a working dog and that she's trying to lead the pack and I was the pack. But what an amazing travel companion to go with on this adventure. So she seemed to enjoy it a lot, as much as I did. And that will be all vacation for 2020 done. Back to the city. I'm off tomorrow, so I'll just chill all day. I'll just relax. And I have to return the car tomorrow because it's due back tomorrow. So I need to clean it out because there's lots of dirt in the car from all the activities and getting in and out of the car. Both she and I tracked in quite a bit of dirt into the car. So I think that I'd appreciate if I could vacuum out the car a little bit because there's a lot of dirt inside of it. Thank you for watching these adventures. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell if you want to be notified of any more future videos. Don't forget to do your senses and keep wearing that mask. Ah!